I'll call the June. Yes, it's May. It's been so long since we've been here. The May meeting of the Campbell Mayor and Board of Order. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Here.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Here.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Here.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Here. Ms. Vicki Heatherly? Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Here.
Mayor Stooksbury?
Here. We're here, but we're all around, but we're here. Okay. Mr. Smith, you should open in prayer for us, please, sir.
Our blessed Lord, once again bow our heads before you, give you thanks and praise for blessings and pour upon us. Let's pray take with us here, see and bless us and guide us in the direction we do life in your eyes, Lord. Ask, pray, be the families, sickness that's fell upon throughout the land, not the will of man, but thine be done through it all, Lord. We ask and pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank members of the media for taping, live streaming, whatever it is. This meeting, we are trying our best to go by the guidelines prescribed by the governor for meetings. As I was talking to one of the members of the media earlier, this is uncharted territory kind of for everyone. We're just trying to do the best we can because really nobody knows exactly what to do, how to do, or anything. We're just trying to do the best we can to be compliant as possible. So I thank you members of the media for doing what they need to do. Hello, Adam. Okay, give everybody time to look at the March minutes. Read them over, and you're all ready to approve of this. If you have any additions, subtractions, let me know. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes? Do I hear a motion to approve them as presented? Discussion? All in favor say aye. Citizens input? I guess under the circumstances, there won't be any citizens among us tonight. Okay, hopefully next month that won't be the case. Communication from the mayor, like I said, that's basically what I had to say earlier was, like I said, we're trying to do the best we can under the circumstances, and hopefully the good Lord above, things will get better as we go on. We can get back to normalcy. Okay, financial report, Teresa.
For the month of April, in our general fund, we have $781,827.69. Reserve for rainy day fund is $250,000. In our fire protection fees, we have available $121,174.10. Our adjusted general fund balance is $410,653.59. In our State Street Aid Fund, we have $57,920.90. In our industrial fund, we have $22,479.23. In our drug fund, we have $18,183.32. Our revenues for the month of April is $304,625.09. Our expenditures for the month of April is $335,204.94, with a difference of $30,579.85. Our revenues and expenditures are both high because we did get our fire truck, and we did pay for that. And also, we got ACH back from the state off of that. South Francis School, we did pay them $35,000. We have not got that money back yet, but we will hopefully very soon.
Mowed throughout the city, mowed Danbury Park, cut trees on Fall Creek Lane and Overlook Lane. And fixed, asphalt berm and, Ivy Lane and Evans Road. Cleaned ditches out and, on Ivy Lane and Mountain View Road. And we also have another one over in, on Bruce Gap Road there where we put a tile in last year and, all the rain had washed both, so they had to go back to gravel back in there. And the, spring cleanup was canceled. So I think we're gonna try to do that this fall, hopefully.
Okay, all right, thank you, Lloyd. Beth, I'll get your order right here in a minute.
Let's see, with the library being closed and just doing like curbside stuff, all of our numbers are down. I know they had, 124 renewal checkouts, that people already had, they just renewed them. They checked in 107 items, 477 ebooks. They added 102 items, and there was, I guess people using the wireless, 84 people. She's been, see, it says, while being closed to the public, I've been able to order books with the last of our state fund and federal funds. I've been organizing the library and been working on things that have been on the back burner for a long time. Now I'm working on making summer reading an online program as well as some other programs requested by the patrons.
Okay, thank you.
Are we gonna start curbside service back, or if she talked to me, she's gonna try to take over the issue?
I've not talked to her, I think it was all dependent upon the governor and whatever you.
Yeah, I think that, that's something we'll add that here in a few minutes, we'll kind of discuss on what we're gonna do with everything, I hope, here, listen, okay. Anybody else? All right, let's see, Vicky, anything on industrial?
We got the appraisals back, I guess, did everybody get a copy of that, I think? Sure. Who said that she sent it out?
And it came back about what we expected. Some was, some was a little bit lower, some was a little bit higher, but it averaged out about what we expected to get.
You know what they usually do, whatever the land is selling for at that time is what it is, so, get appraisal next year, and it's something different.
Yeah, but at least now we have
There's a lot of specs in there, a lot of information.
yeah, but now we do have something to go off of. We do have, if I want to see one that's interested in industrial property, we do have an appraisal that we can show. Thank you, see, Mr. Smith.
The police report for the town of Campbell, April 2020 shows officers responding to 274 complaints, 14 accidents involving 12 arrests with 9 drug arrests, showing the officers also patrolled a total of 8,376 miles last month.
Okay, Mr. Jones.
The fire report for March 9th through May 10th was 1 false call, 2 trash fires or dumpster fires, 2 fire alarms, 4 auto accidents, 3 landing zones for lifeguard, 1 ATV fire, for a total of 13 calls.
Okay. Chief, would you like to elaborate on our truck being here?
Still not in service yet, but hopefully within the end of the week, we'll have everything mounted. And as soon as the firemen get over and drive it, get used to it, then I'll be
Comfortable doing
comfortable with everybody letting it go.
Okay. All right.
But it's different, a different truck than others.
Okay. All right. Do I hear a motion to approve all reports as presented?
Make a motion to approve all reports.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, any old business? Okay. New business. Okay, I guess we did get this probably is under old business because we wasn't here, it's not really old business, but we do have the shed out there that we've got for the fire department. It is up and there, so that's one thing that like I said, I'm trying to remember, he wasn't here last month, to try to catch everybody else. All right, number 1, council discuss standard operating procedure, emergency warning siren. Mr. Hatmaker, chief.
Me and Joy, everybody should know Joey Gilbert. We worked pretty hard on this. went by other cities and towns, and this is kinda what we've come up with. This is kinda by the severe weather, people that National Weather Service, that's what I'm trying to think of. It's on their guidelines.
It's something that has to be in place on insurance and everything, I know Eddie works regularly with it. The way it reads out, I'd make a motion to set this as it is written.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Who is going to be, same people setting it off? Eddie, you and, Eric and
That's,
Bobby, were you on that?
Mm-hmm.
be some of the firemen that know how to do it. It's got the radios capable of doing it.
You've got instructions over in a file, and if anybody needs to, it steps you right through it, so I think,
Yeah.
but it's not something that just lays out for anybody to go by and look at.
Right. But people have it like at home, I mean, they may not be able to get time to run over here and do it. You can activate it from your phone, can't you?
No, from our portable radios.
Okay.
It's activated by our radios.
Okay. That's why I'm asking, even if you're, like, if you didn't have time to get here.
No, we
you
don't,
can still
nobody
do it.
has to be here to do it.
Okay. When he said it was in the file, that's why.
Yeah.
There's instructions and directions, so.
In case somebody had to, but normally there's enough of us around, we should be able to take care of that. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on that? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Peebly?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Ms. Vicky Heatherly?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Sixpair?
Yes. Motion carries. All right, number 2, council discuss first reading of ordinance number 2020-01, annual operating budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2020, ending June 30th, 2021. Okay, as per the comptroller, the state, they wanted everybody's budget. They advised, well, Tracy, explain what the comptroller said. You're more from what they said.
The comptroller's office, they do want the budget by June 30th or ASAP, as soon as possible. There was not finally an extension on our budget according to the circumstance to see where we stand for the next year. So we did get with Al Major with MTS and consult with him and get his advice of what we should do for the new year. And I sent you all the packets in the mail. So we did cut down our revenue quite a bit with our local sales tax and our wholesale beer and so forth. And you'll be able to see that, in your packet that you have today. The revenue is, $1,351,418. In the expenditures that we had proposed for this year, for the new fiscal year 2020-21, is going to be $1,571,492, bringing our ending fund balance to be $714,303. But when you do take away our special fire protection fees that are reserved and our rainy day fund, it brings us available fund balance of $317,000. And that's where we stand at this
I know the
moment.
state, they did recommend early on to basically pass the same budget we did last year without any extracurricular. That's pretty much the state guidelines for everybody. So,
With bare bones spending for what we're doing now and for the next coming months until our economy gets back and picked up.
but,
For people traveling.
early on, I did send out a letter to all department heads that it'd be only essential, only essential spending, just what we had to have. So, like I said, with the unknown, but I believe the economy will come back and I believe we'll be okay. It's just a matter of getting through it, and it's through this council the last 4 years of this council, I must brag on you all. You all, I said, we have built up our rainy day fund. Our rainy day fund now is $250,000. So we've got that in our pocket if we have to have it, which that's, we got what, we'll start out with three, what, Tracy?
We'll start out available.
With 317, which that's real good. But we've got a rainy day fund, so we've got basically $500,000 to start with, that's real good. So we will be okay. It's just a matter of getting through these. We're gonna have some lean months. How many, I don't know, but there's gonna be a couple of 3 lean months. It may be toward Christmas time before things build back up. I don't know. That's the unknown. But this is the best guidance, and the letter you have in your packet from, or email from Al, did say that, if you don't squander your cash with $1 million fund balance, then you can balance any budget shortfalls easily. I believe that, this economic downturn will turn around next year and you have adequate cash fund balance to carry you through. That's from the man from Intas. So I think we're good, with what we've got. So, do I hear a motion? We pass, ordinance 2020-01 on first reading.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Discussion.
I have a question on, is there anything that any departments have added or taken away that we need to discuss so that everyone knows about it? I
Not
know
the,
a couple of things, but give you 48 hours a week so that you could have 2 firemen here 40 hours a week at least, you know. And it gave you a little bit of room for,
So we have 2 here, yeah.
well, we can have if we, with this, the way this would be.
we'll have our full-time plus we'll have a part-time here.
What it was last year, there was $11,000 taken out of the fire hydrant maintenance for expenditures on one of the trucks, equipment or whatever. But that money doesn't come out of the general fund, so what we done was just, and we done the math on it, and it came up $400 more than what we had last year. But like I said, it doesn't come out of the general fund, and it comes out of the hydrant maintenance. And I just want everybody to know what that was, so there was no surprise as to anything about that.
And that hydrant maintenance fund can be used for part-time, or can be used for salary, so that is, like Derek said, don't come out of the general fund, it comes out of that specific account.
So what that would do, that money that we added was, in addition to the full-time person, gives Eddie 48 hours a week for part-time people, which is 2 24-hour shifts to keep them under the insurance and all that. So you can work 2 people, or whatever, you know, if you work 2 people, 24 hours a week, you still maintain under the insurance, where we need to be. And that's kinda how we figured it.
So 2 part-times and 1 full-time. Is that?
That's basically what it is, but what you're getting is 48 or 49 hours per week, part-time. So that there would be 2 firemen here, 40 hours a week. Monday through Friday, there could be 2 firemen on shift. 1 part-time, and 1 full-time.
Okay. Thank you, Eric.
I also noticed that it looks like Chief Keaton's cut his budget $23,000.
Patrol cars took out of it, because they can budget the car into it.
If we want to maintain what we had last year, I mean, does he need that for vest or anything for all these new officers we've hired?
Big thing
Uniforms?
falls in with uniforms, and I talked to him the other day, and he said that's what's gonna kill him on this year in budget. The uniforms was the biggest killer this year, and plus you're gonna have it's kind of something else for the year. Is he still out there? He leave?
Who's that?
Brian.
No, Brian's right here.
I'm not, personally, I'm not for him cutting it. I mean, I understand if we're cutting everybody's one thing, but I don't agree with us making him cut, or, you know, I think we ought to look at,
Well, we're not, now, we didn't make him cut anything.
well, I know we didn't make him,
Because
but
it's probably capital outlay vehicles was a big portion.
Yeah, that was
Here's-
big.
Yeah,
if we,
What if something happened to one of his cars?
if we keep it this year, and he wants a car next year, and needs a car next year, then we're not doing the whole $40,000 or $35,000, we're doing $12,000. If we can maintain the 23 that he's cut, and let him use that somewhere else, and he needs a vehicle next year, it's a $12,000 increase, not a $35,000 increase.
There he is.
I caught the end of it.
Something happens to a vehicle though, we can always revote, I mean, we can always do a budget
We'd
amendment.
have to do a budget amendment.
My
If we
suggestion in
needed
this
it.
discussion is that we revisit this in 6 months. 'Cause I personally don't agree with the revenue forecast they got at 1.6, 1.3, because everywhere I've been across the state working, this is something you pick up on listening to is, there's nobody looking at 10%. Everybody's going higher than that. And like I said, and take out the fire department, how much was the truck, the fire truck? What was the total on it?
230, what was that?
212.
Just say 225 for easy math, but that affects that bottom line, that proposal of 1351 for year end. And I said, I think this is something we really need to readdress in 6 months. And like what Eric said, his budget part of it, don't shortfall Brian on the truck part, because I told him the same thing, put a car in it. But in all honesty, in 6 months, you may not be able to afford a new truck car.
We might be able to, don't
And
know.
there, and you may be able to get
But
one
if
car.
we revisit 6 months and everything's going back good and everything, we can do a budget amendment. You know, I mean, this is just a guideline.
To what Eric said, you don't wanna jump it up every
You
year.
don't wanna keep jumping it up and then we have such shortfalls of revenue that we can't do, you know.
The thing that I look at, and this is me speaking, I mean, I've done a budget different than a lot of people does, and where I come from, but each department, not saying here to the city, you look at your total, your allocated money, your street departments, fire departments, police departments, your financial, each one of them, and you stay below to each one. Money shifts, but you don't want to increase or decrease. And that's why I think that's what Eric said, you don't wanna come back a year later, next April, and say Brian's gonna have 2 patrol cars, and now we're gonna be pushing his budget back up $60,000.
Right, because we cut it 23 this year. I mean, if we can afford to not cut the 23,
Well, we can, if he wants to put that 23 back in there, and like I said, in 6 months, we can revisit. He don't have to use it, it's there.
I mean, I appreciate him willing to cut that, but I don't want him to be, everybody looking at him wanting fingers or why he would increase it by this much next year when he needs something. When he cut, he's one of the probably the only ones, I mean, he's got a significant decrease this year.
Okay.
I just think it'd be fair to him.
Eric, if you wanna put it back in, like I said, we can revisit this in 6 months and see what happens.
I make a motion, second motion to pass it the way it's read now, to pass through the state with the option to revisit in December, at least by December.
Okay.
We'll know more of our revenues.
You're gonna know more by July than you're gonna know
Yes.
anything.
I should know something by June.
But like I said, right now, that's the unknown.
But across the state, I said 10% is.
Well, we'll see. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
But it goes to the regions too, this area here may be beneficial where everybody else gets hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I must say that the 141's been buzzing.
The 141
Had been buzzing. No, but now I said the side-by-side, the side-by-side recreational people,
Yeah, that might be our lifesaver.
they are buzzing. But like I said, that's something we have to see. So, we have, do you want, Brian, is that satisfactory? That we revisit that in 6 months, and if we need to put that back in 6 months, we can? How's that?
Well, that's what we was just talking about, but he said right now he could use 4 vests for the officers.
Just because next month, we're gonna be hiring 4 new officers, and which they come another department, they're needing to return their vests, we're gonna be needing them. Which, well, we're gonna have some in uniforms after July, but they need them pretty soon.
Okay. Well, you wanna add some of that back now? I mean, that's a stroke of a key for her to do that.
Well, even if we could add like $2,500 back in, maybe in just uniforms, that way some of it will be there for us to use.
Okay.
So
Well,
you wanna add 2,500 onto the 3,000?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would help us.
Okay. And then we'll revisit the other in 6 months. Okay?
I just don't want him to come up short.
Oh, I understand.
And us to have officers that don't have vests or don't have equipment.
Okay.
When
Oh,
he
no,
comes
that's-
23,000
no, we're
dollars.
not, no, we're not gonna, no, we won't do that. We won't do that at all.
No, I think, 'cause we've had such a turnover in the last
Right.
few years, you know, there needs to be some kind of stipulation when they're hired that if they don't stay with us a certain amount of time, then they owe us back certain percentage for all the things that we have bought them or sent them to training or, you know, I mean, they don't say a year or 2 years or something. I mean, you spend out, that's a lot of money spending out in uniforms and.
Yeah, it is.
Outfits, so.
Okay. Yeah, we can look at that.
You say they don't come with, like, if they come from another police department or whatever, their vest stays with them, or they're fitted, aren't they?
Usually they're fitted and most of the time they stay with them, but some places want them back and then just issue them.
So we don't keep ours, they go with them, or,
We've kept most of ours in the past, yes. But
but we're gonna
It's
need
hard.
4 more?
size people,
Well, yeah, I understand that.
Don't they have a lifespan too, a vest? I don't know, I'm just asking.
yeah, I mean, the
There's
ones
grants
we've
out
got,
there too for that kind of stuff too.
we will.
Grants out there for,
We're looking at grants now, but like I said, everything is just kinda on hold, I mean, so.
well, we sure don't have one out there
No.
now. so.
No. Okay, so is everybody good?
I mean, that's, as long as the chief's good with that, I am. I just didn't want him to
All right, okay.
shortchange
Everybody good?
himself.
All right, so we have motion second. Anybody, anything else before we vote? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith? Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Ms. Vicky Heatherly?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Tewksbury?
Yes. While I'm on the subject, we need to schedule, how many days is it? Is it
We're
10?
gonna have 10 days.
10 days.
For the public hearing.
Okay, 10 days from today will be the,
We usually do the second reading the same day we do the public hearing. We do the public hearing first and then the
okay, we can do
second one
that.
the same day.
Count up our Lord, when's 10 days?
And the other public hearing?
28th?
The, June, what,
No,
the
that-
9th or 8th
Yeah, it
is
is.
our next council
No.
meeting?
Not the 28th, I'm sorry,
Will that give you time to get it in?
22nd.
Yes, it will.
Okay, so we can do it, we can have a second reading in our June meeting, and that will get us, that'll give you time to
Cause
get
I
it.
can put it in the paper,
21st,
is that the 21st?
21st,
I can
yes.
put it 10 days before our next council meeting, have the public
Okay,
hearing first
alright.
and then the second
Okay,
reading.
so what was it again, the 8th,
May the 8th is the second Monday.
June the 8th?
Well, June 8th.
There you go.
June
I affect you. All right, so June 8th we'll have second reading. Okay, just getting that through. All right, one thing's not on the agenda, we do need to discuss, you know, we're talking about maybe opening back up City Hall a little bit. I have talked to the library director, I guess you'd say now. She is okay with curbside starting back up, we'll kind of crawl before we walk. And what do you all think about opening the lobby back up just for people coming in? No library, just people who come into the lobby to do what they need to do.
I think that'd be okay, I mean, the windows there, and as long as they sanitize after somebody comes in, they just, sanitize it, which we,
Are we good with starting that maybe tomorrow morning, that we open back up the lobby and library will be curbside?
And you're gonna keep people out of the library for walking straight through.
Close the door.
it was on, right through.
Yeah, library's closed.
Curbside. and if I
Yeah,
have-
curbside, that's what the state, the state guidelines was to start back with curbside and
Okay, how long do we wanna do curbside?
don't know, we'll have to see, we'll kind of play that by ear. We'll maybe do it for a week or so, a week, and see what happens, that's all I know.
Are both of the ladies back to work?
No, not yet.
Just one?
If she brings curbside, maybe do one. It's kind of like everything else, crawl for the wall.
I don't even think if what they're doing, we might mess them up if they come back part-time.
Well, that's true too, we'll have to see. We'll have to see which one, which one it was. Okay, any further bit, we have to have a real short beer board meeting after the meeting here. Anybody, anything else come before council? Do I hear a motion, we adjourn?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Okay, now, going to a beer board meeting, I called the Campbell Your board to order, call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Here.
Mr. Eric Jones? Mr. Eric Jones?
Here.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Here.
Miss Beth Lawson? Miss Vicky Campbell? Mr. Lloyd Lawson? Mayor Shakespeare?
Here, we do have a, have a new owner at the Rocky Top Market, number 919. By CAPL, Campbell Retail LLC. They're out of Pennsylvania, but the manager is here. Brian, could you have Brian step back in just a second, please? He's coming. On the beer permit, you've done a background check on the manager?
He is actually the president,
Okay,
yes. Everything's good with him, he has no criminal history.
okay, so everything's good?
Yes.
Okay, and, I know in the past, Mr. Smith has requested that they be present when we vote on this, am I correct, Mr. Smith? But due to the circumstances tonight, but from now on out, we will make them, they request that they appear before us. Do I hear a motion we pass the, new license for the